The reason why this doesn't take care of itself, because if there is a self-benefit in doing well by doing good, why doesn't this take care of itself? And the reason why it doesn't take care of itself is reductionism. It's a term meaning that we are obsessed by detail. So we are studying one detail at a time, and we don't see the whole. Even scientists are very often devoted to one issue at a time, describing it and studying it in solitude from other issues. And that inherently means that the response in business and the response at the level of regions is reactive to individual problems. So we suddenly identify that ammonia is a very bad gas, is very irritant, is nasty to have in refrigerators, so we switch to CFCs, and then we say, oops, and the ozone layer is suddenly eroded. So we are fixing problems instead of understanding the features of the whole and then systematically plan for it. And this planning methodology, which is mainstream today, is called forecasting. It means that we are dreaming of a future which is more or less like today, minus the problems. So we are looking in the rearview mirror, and there we see all those trends, all that disaster at the level of detail. And then we react, we fix the problems, very often only to invent anew, because we don't understand what we are striving for. And the alternative is called backcasting, whereby we perceive where we want to be. We put that ahead of us, and then we plan accordingly to arrive at a desirable outcome. Instead of reacting to problems, we are solving problems by design. If you want to invent the future that nobody can look into, it means that we must understand what we want at the basic principle level. It's a little bit like chess. You can win in chess, though you cannot look into the future. You don't know exact how winning will look like. It can look in thousands of different ways. But each of those ways comply with basic principles of checkmate. So the player understands at the basic principle level what he or she wants to achieve, namely to comply with principles of checkmate. And then you can optimize the conditions as the game unfolds. And you can change attitude and you can change strategy while the game unfolds. That is called backcasting from principles, which the Nature Step with its scientists pioneered. So it's like playing chess. We identify basic principles of sustainability, and then we coach organizations to systematically plan like a chess player to arrive at compliance with those principles, thereby avoiding the walls of the funnel, which is then good for bottom line business as well. The Nature Step framework means that we have identified 5 levels that must be kept apart from one another. The first level is the system itself. We must understand the system enough. The system in this case meaning society with its companies and organizations in the biosphere. The second level is success. How do you define success for an organization which is sustainable in this system? And the third level is the strategic level. If you understand exactly what success would be like at the level of basic principle, how do you step by step arrive at that defined success while earning money and other resources all the way there? The fourth level is every concrete thing you do. And the fifth level is the toolbox, in which you have tools by which you can foster your actions to be strategic, to arrive at success in the system. So the framework is very logical, and we have identified all those levels as far as we need to explore them to come up with a very strategic framework. And obviously the second level, how to define success, is the key of the framework. And then you can be strategic to arrive at those principles.